So what's up, y'all? I'm gonna talk about um, when my movie began on both physical, but on a 3D 5 3 5. Oh, I can't even get it out. 3D 5 3 spiritual room. Like I told you, I'm always reincarnated. A lot of us Earth angels are reincarnated. Demons too, right? So it's like my twin flame. We were not together. In the Book of Solomon, King Solomon, he had many wives. He lived a very promiscuous life, and this is actually in real life. So I do know it was like we were back and forth. We'd be together for years, then we'd break up. Of course, I would have children, and then I just put a stop to it and was like, no. So I remember being on this land, y'all. It was a beautiful place in the forest. And of course, he's a wealthy man in real life. I'm wealthy too, but it hasn't been unleashed upon me. They blocked everything, right? So in the dream, but it's happened. My dream is happening in a spiritual realm. This is how God presented to me. And they, like, you know how you have a dream, you keep having the same dream. That is a message that God is trying to get your attention on something, to break those generational cycles. So I do know, y'all know Satan is the music, he's an angel of music, right? So it was like a divider of, like a border of where the good, the demonic people will come to check me out. And, I was cordial to them, having conversations, and I make my rounds and, spend time with the wildlife in my spiritual room. Cause I was also like Cinderella, Tarzan, like it was like some deep stuff like that. And I told you guys, I know it may sound crazy, but I'm in tune. I'm connected with marine life, um, a siren or something like that. Of course, my ancestors before us humans were even created, they were here before us. So I'm definitely connected to sirens. I'm not gonna call them aliens, but the entities that was before us humans, us mankind. So anyway, I do know, like, I seen this very handsome man, and of course, I was yearning for my ordained spouse, and it's like, I was lonely at times and stuff like that. And they kept warning me, even the angel of darkness, and Miss Sonia, I can't, Miss Sonia, I will include her name down below. But I was, I take my time to read certain tarots because I know my higher being, God, lead me to hear certain things. And y'all, he told me to not speak on this, right? So it was a situation where it was a very, man, this daggone demonic angel was handsome as, man, he was fine as I don't know what. And they, I was in tune with the animal. They was like, CHAR-KANA, be careful, be careful. And I was like, okay, cool. So every time, like, my ordained spouse came around, and this is how you gotta understand. I'm breaking it down to you in real time. Every relationship is I forgot what her name, Goddess 23. I forgot what her name is, but our counterparts, our ordained spouse, our twin flames are like transformers, the Decepticons. The people in our real past lifetimes and people that we have dealt with are pieces of, our ordained spouse, if that makes sense. Like everybody you encountered, that you really, really liked and had a whatever long-term relationship with, they are, excuse me, pieces of your twin flame, your ordained spouse, or whatever the case may be. So y'all, in a dream, and it was like, you know how you wake up from a dream and you can't go back to sleep? Like, I woke up like 3 times to use the bathroom. Like, this how good this dream was. And I was like, God, I want to go back to this dream. And I was able to do it, right? So, man, when I say this dark angel was fine in a mug, I'm like, oh my God. But I was like, I can't risk it. Like, no. And he actually fell in love with me, right? So as I was listening to Miss Sonia, it costs us Elika costs. I know I'm butchering her name. I'm so sorry, but she just reminded me, and God said, "Let's talk about it." So every time when my ordained spouse would come around, y'all, when I say he would disrupt the whole mood of all the animals, my workers, like it was like him again, like CHAR-KANA, you could do better than this. You know, why you keep settling for less? And I was like, okay, guys, you know, he is my husband. I have kids. And her neighbor's like, nah, bump that. We can hook you up. So I remember the last time we was together, right? Of course, he came to have sex with me, and he was out the door. That's just, you know, he was using and abusing me. So when I say the daggone demonic earth angel was like, no, you cannot keep using her. She's a good person. Like, and it's like I'm looking at him like, where's all these emotions coming from? And of course, it's like we went in a tunnel, and I gave him some because I was like, you know, you're not coming in our house. You're not going to damage our children, you know, and lead them on and thinking that you gonna stay and you out. You know what I'm saying? I already knew the routine, and I was like, you know, enough. This is the last time. I'm not doing this no more. So it was like the movie, I mean, yes, my movie had shifted, right? And one of my workers, me and him became like intertwined. Like, it was like I had like CHAR-KANA-GLORY. That was my futuristic, like, franchise, right? And I had workers everywhere doing different things. But one thing about my workers, like I said, it's not just to build up my company. If you invent something, it's to also start generational wealth for you and your family, your legacies. That's how I'm doing it in real time, guys. I'm telling you, this is a movie, and I call it a movie because I'm prophesizing things before it happens. And beginning 2023 and billion endless years, I call it zillion, quadrillion years afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, God passed me his torch, so he's still boss, but this is me taking over. You know why him and his posse going break. So y'all, it was like the angel had confessed his love to me, and of course I was like, I can't do it. Of course, all type of things were going through my mind, sexual things, like, man, nah, we can't do that because y'all had already did it before and inbred and look like, for real talk, the mandatory shots, a hybrid, fallen DNA, alien DNA, hybrids of creations that them inbreeding with humans, monsters, beasts. You know what I'm saying? Wolf. Wolverine, half man, half donkey type stuff. I can't explain it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen it in movies. It's really real. Like, it really has happened. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know that a lot of things happen that we don't even have knowledge of things, but everything has a meaning to everything. And I'm telling you, if you have reoccurring dreams or things constantly repeating itself in cycles, you have to break those cycles. Those are what ancestral curses mean. And even sometimes, like, my mind, I used to think negative, like, yeah, I know he's cheating, and I put that thought in my mind and put it out in the atmosphere. When you think, you actually putting it out in the atmosphere, it really happens. And I didn't know that, like, that happens. I can't explain the sorcery type, but it's a form of witchcraft when you do that, like how people cast spells or think about money and they so successful because it's some form of witchcraft and stuff like that. And you think on it, you think, and it actually happens. So I didn't know that was what I was doing when I did sell my soul, not even knowing that I sold my soul, but by speaking it, like speaking life and saying, I want to be famous. I want to be well known. I don't care about people. You know what I'm saying? I was a good girl gone bad. I had a lot of childhood trauma issues. And that's how you sell your soul, by speaking it. Satan, I said God, excuse me, Father God. Satan wants you to say it. Like, once the moment you say it, and God will give you to Satan. But it's up to you to want to pull your ass up out that daggone struggle. It's up to you to want to change and overcome your bad ways to good. Romans 12:21, overcoming evil with good. Man, listen, I can talk about this for days, y'all. This is real. And listen, I had made alliances with entities that was on the dark side. I'm telling you some real stuff. It was like, because that's when I started knowing who I was and what God had for me. And I'm still in shock. Like, sometimes I still forget I'm an earth angel, y'all, because it's like, I know I'm human. And I'm learning about me being here before. I told you who my dad was. You know, me being connected to so many amazing, wealthy people that has perished that were also earth angels. And I'm breaking the whole generational cycle out of all them, y'all. So that's why they wanted me dead. That's why things occurred in my trailer, as I call it, before I was activated by God and my angels. That's why it's a purpose behind everything that happens. God take you through it. He gotta challenge you. He gotta take you, you gotta understand all walks of life. And I would not trade it for nothing in the world. I've been raped, I've been molested, like everything. I took care of the victim children, including my nieces and nephews. Like, it's like, no. And I always remember, even as a child, y'all, I'm telling y'all some real stuff. I gave my life to God as a baby. That is real. And I kept saying, God, like, can babies really talk to you? Me and him have a good, amazing conversation. We talk all the time. I talk with my angels. I talk with different entities. Like, I'm not crazy at all. I know it sounds crazy coming out of my mouth, but I'm very in tune. And that's what they did not want to happen. Y'all hear the knocking. It's confirmation. So it's like, a lot of people thought they was going to profit off of my death like they did with my dad, Marvin Gaye. I'm connected with Marilyn Monroe, Booker T. Washington, you know what I'm saying? Frederick Douglass and stuff like that. Man, what? I come from royalty. Get with the program. Y'all hear the daggone honking, the car honking? Turn your volume up. That's confirmation. Man, I'm so freaking honored. And the dead has risen. Whitney and all them, they are alive. Prince, all them, they are alive. Look, let me tell you something. Them prehistoric dinosaurs, I talk about it all the time. Even before I had the current TikTok account I have activated by God, I speak about this stuff, man. This is my job, a job for one. Read Revelations. Man, I'm honored. I'm honored as hell. I don't regret nothing. Even, excuse me, down to my ordained spouse. I don't regret nothing, because had us hooked up, we hooked up earlier, it would not be what it is now. I know it would not. It would not be what it is now. God saved the best for last. Let me tell you something. I have even higher angels, ranking angels that's more powerful than me. But I hold the title. I have final say so. They have very much more knowledge than I do. They know the Bible. They know different things. We all have our own different assignments. And I will never discredit nobody. That's why God chose me and chose all my siblings. You know what I'm saying? God even chose you, the ones that's not even earth angels. I'm telling you, you have a legacy to uphold. We are born into wealth. The government don't want you to know that. Like paying taxes, stop paying taxes. We come from an indigenous tribe. We come from royalty of many entities, and I can't even explain this stuff. But we come from a royal bloodline. And don't let these daggone, devils, blue-eyed devils, green-eyed, whatever color their damn eyes are, fool you. Man, y'all better wake up. Y'all vibrating low. The End of Time, that movie with Justin Timberlake, it's the end of time, I'm telling you. It's the end of time, man. Oh boy, I could go on for days, man. I'm just so honored. And so blessed to share my experience, y'all. I had to stop eating to get this out, okay? So I'm sorry for butchering the other YouTube names. I will include them in in the reading, or in the look in the comments, because I have to pull up their names. I don't know their names offhand, but God bless, guys. For those that was not able to make it on God's side, no pun intended, I don't feel sorry for you. God warned you one too many times, and we keep moving forward. So peace out, God bless, and get y'all lives together. Peace out.